It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Pepsi Center, the site, Denver Nuggets, the home team, and today they'll be playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota comes into this one after the win against the Clippers at Staples Center. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. It's been said that Karl Anthony Towns is the prototypical modern big man in the league. There's no doubt that he's a star with all the potential in the world, but would you guys agree he represents the future of that position?
You know, I like him, one, because he's from Jersey. Then he can play inside and outside. He's lengthy and strong, but he's very mobile, agile, and fruitile.
His skill set is coveted by every player.
Fruitile?
Oh, no question.
I got that
What's
from,
fruitile?
I got it from Dick Vitale. I don't know.
Fruitile?
I heard Dick Vitale say it.
What does fruitile mean?
Fruitile is like it's fruitful, but it's got a lot of tile to it.
But it's futile as well. It's a futile fruitfulness.
He got a lot of tile to
He's got a lot of tile to it.
Fruitile.
That means he can lay it down. He's got a lot of tile to his
Yeah.
fruit.
That's right, Ernie. He can lay his game down.
He can lay it down.
And his
Sorry.
game is sweet like
Sorry,
fruit.
I'm so out of step.
Yeah, you're not a
Almost
millennial.
time for the tip-off. See you next time.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said, that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys?
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Jones and Butler in the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the 5, home in the paint. Jones, the pass to Gibson. Butler dishes to Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the high post. Kept alive, Minnesota. That shot off. On defense, Minnesota. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from three.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kicks it to Towns. Pass to Butler. Over Richardson. Here's Towns. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Hey, scoring off misses, that's easy buckets. Something Towns has the length and tenacity to do on a regular basis.
Dishes it to Richardson. And again, Denver with the triple.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Yeah, and you know it, Greg. Oftentimes you get that first one to drop and your confidence rises like yeast. It's good to get into a rhythm at the start of the game, no doubt.
Paul George with the steal. Millsap a screen. That's tipped. Gibson with the steal. Now here's Jones. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Millsap's against Gibson. Here's Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler. Denver's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's George. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. And you think back to the terrible broken leg Paul George suffered in the summer of 2014, Clark. How great has it been to see him back in peak form over the last couple seasons?
Oh, it's really been fantastic because I got to know PG in my time with the Pacers. He was drafted back in 2010 and obviously relieved that he's been able to get back to this level, put in a ton of work. And to see how quickly he bounced back to elite level player, I think that's the thing that's most remarkable to everybody.
Here's Towns following the basket by Paul Millsap. Lets it fly from 18. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Jokic against Towns. Jokic kicks to George. Millsap down low. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And let's go to a rundown of the best point guards from the free throw line over the course of the last month. Here is your 2K leaderboard. Tyus Jones, fourth.
He's been a model of consistency at the free throw line all season. He's as dependable up there as he is on the floor at any given moment.
Yeah, you know, he runs their offense with tremendous poise, and he brings that same composure with him to the line every time he steps up there.
And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Butler.
And I like the decisions Butler makes with the ball. He's a solid passer and really has a nice feel for how to get his teammates open and clean looks.
Now, here's Jokic. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Here's Jones following the basket by Jokic. On the wing, Wiggins. Back to Jones. Basket counts. Towns has got his second basket.
Nice play inside. The refined footwork really separates Towns from most other young bigs.
Now, here's Richardson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Jokic loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Here's Wiggins. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Shot from 12. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And, you know, that's Butler's bread and butter now. I mean, a superb mid-range shooter. The defense has to be better.
Pass to Richardson. Here's Jokic, defended by Butler. Jokic kicks to George. Back to Jokic. Richardson the pass to Millsap. Clock at 4. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Tell you what, Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players because he's so effective, scores at an efficient clip, rebounds the ball well, and defends multiple positions too. He gives you everything.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them too with 88% from the line.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. And one of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know, everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Crawford right side. Out to the right wing. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets leading by 6. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Millsap a screen on Crawford. And here's Moutier. 5 to shoot. And Millsap slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Drains it from beyond the arc. And that does it for the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up 5. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
The Nuggets leading by 5. Moutier and Barton, the guards. Robert Covington out there with Harrell, and it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. The kick out to Barton. 5 on the clock. Back to Harrell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Teams constantly jockeying for position, and I guess they're trying Clark for a lot of things. Home court advantage, one of them.
Yeah, it certainly is a big factor. Not as much as you get to the latter rounds of the playoffs, but I think in the first rounds it's critically important, especially if you're a relatively young team and getting your first taste of playoff action. Having the home court advantage could be huge for that kind of team.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
Now, here is Robinson. He had 10 points in the win against the Clippers. Over Moutier. And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Robinson. Barton dishes to Plumlee. It's Barton on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Barton outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Nuggets. The Nuggets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Move shot.
That free throw good from Barton. Both free throws good from Barton. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That's his first foul. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Nuggets, number 1.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
Here's Barton. Plumlee with a screen on Robinson. And Plumlee kicks to Barton. Back to Plumlee. The kick out to Barton. Clock is at 3. Shoots from the baseline. No good that time. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Timberwolves trail by 7.
And, you know, Gorgui Dieng is a big man who can play both the 4 and the 5. He doesn't stand out on offense, understated there, but very valuable and solid and consistent. He's a rim protector and a space eater, but also a pretty effective rebounder, too.
And it's good, 2 points.
And, you know, we all know about Dieng's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on him.
Plumlee with the screen. Mudiay with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Stolen by Robinson. Fast break, here they come. Knocks it loose. Here's Dieng. Robinson passes to Crawford. Outside Robinson. There's a good screen. A second chance effort. The shot will not fall. And it's Denver the other way. And Dieng, a solid challenger at the rim with his shot blocking. Clark, he doesn't mind having a secondary role on a team as long as they are winning.
Yeah, you know what? He's really comfortable in his own skin and what his role is. He's got great awareness of how to help his team. Never tries to do too much on the offensive end, and he's really good at playing with any other type of big guy that the Wolves put on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Barton against Butler. Wiggins outside. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Wiggins has got 5 now.
Yeah, improving the consistency from range, Kevin. One of the things Wiggins is focusing on, and I think he's accomplished it to this point.
Zhang against Collins. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jokic inside. Towns on him. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 5. Here's Butler. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Zhang. Zhang's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Murray kicks to Barton. Collins against Zhang takes the turnaround J, and it's Denver scoring again. And Minnesota has possession. 1:37 left in the first half of the game. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 6. To the inside, Zhang, and he converts the layup. Zhang's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here's Barton. Down low. And the rejection by Zhang.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Zhang, given his size and wingspan. I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause the miss.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Jokic passes to Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Murray's got his first basket.
And the confidence oozing from Murray. Just so efficient from the interior.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Shoots from 14. Butler, no good. Now Murray. There's a good screen. Here's Collins. He got it up. No good on that last second attempt there.
You know, as the game has started to slow down for Zhang, the awareness has increased. Sometimes you got to pump the brakes to be able to see what all is going on. Smart defensive play there.
And so it's Denver with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Looking at Denver, Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Shaq, what do you think about Minnesota?
Well, they're not matching up well defensively, giving up a lot of open looks, a lot of easy points. They're allowing a crazy high shooting percentage, 60% and up. Time to step it up quick.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Denver leading by 6. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Butler teamed with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle, and it's Jones in at the 1 spot. And good that time. That's now 8 points for Jokic.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
Screen by Jones. The pass to Gibson. Towns sets the pick for Jones. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Sinks the triple. Butler's got 5.
Like how Butler uses the screen to his advantage, makes it work for him, creating the space he needs to get the shot he wants.
Now here's Richardson. Jokic kicks to George. Second shot opportunity for 3. Murray. Wiggins with the rebound.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
And Clark, one thing you have to love about Towns is just how self-aware and humble he is. He's always looking to hone his game, and even when he puts up a big night, he can look at the tape and find something that he's got to improve on.
Yeah, that's admirable. His humility and his selflessness, being aware of what's going on, where he needs to get better, and that's part of why I think he's a leader on this team. He'll own his mistakes, and he also is owning his personal development and improvement. So the future's bright for this guy.
Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of work on it.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Norman Powell's checked in for Paul George, and Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Murray. And Richardson drops them both. Now here's Crawford. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Towns the screen. Crawford kicks to Butler. Towns a screen on Richardson. Robinson left side. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Man, what a nice screen by Towns. I mean, this is what you want to do. Feet spread, knees bent, hips down, balance, ready, not moving, screening 101.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for the Nuggets. Timberwolves also changing it up. McCullough's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Jimmy Butler.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Plumlee with a screen on Robinson. Robinson against Richardson. Down low, Plumlee dishes to Richardson. Just 4 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Richardson's got 7 points in the game. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside Robinson. The baseline J. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Robinson. Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Plumlee with the screen. Now here's Mudiay. Tight defense on him. Millsap inside, guarded by Crawford. Here's Tucker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Paul Millsap picks one up.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
It's his first trip to the line.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. A different look for Denver. Harrell, he's checked in for Millsap. Robert Covington comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Beasley in for Richardson. Minnesota also with the sub. Zhang's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Beasley for 3. They get it back. Plumlee with the screen. And here's Moutier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Now, here's Tucker. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
1:49 left to play in the third. Moutier with the ball. Plumlee with the screen. Moutier kicks to Beasley. Inside, the Nuggets moving the ball around. Moutier with the basket. Moutier's got 5.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now here's Crawford. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Paul George comes in for Harrell. And Murray's subbed in for Emmanuel Moutier. Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Timberwolves.
1 shot.
.114 left here in the third quarter. There's the dish to Covington. Jokic inside. He's against Zhang. A jump hook, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 10 points for Jokic.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here is Robinson. He's got 5. Here's Wiggins. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Beasley. He feeds it to Covington, and stolen by Wiggins. To the inside, McCullough. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. McCullough's got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves. Denver's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Beasley outside. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jokic passes to Murray. Jokic against Zhang. Puts it up from 12. And again, Jokic. Jokic has got 12. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
The Timberwolves made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so
Shooting 2.
not too bad.
The first free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 5 seconds left to play in the third. 1 second left. Got it off in time, but it's no good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Timberwolves lead by 1. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
When all we're doing is thinking about our offense, not playing any defense. Can't win like that.
Tom Thibodeau obviously frustrated, wanting to see more stops on the defensive end.
And no doubt about it, the best teams are those that can kind of hunker down when they need to and force the other side into taking bad shots.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Richardson. And it's George in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Now, here's Jokic. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. Good on the bucket.
And George really eats up opportunities to score inside because he's so creative in how many ways that he can score close to the basket.
Jang, a screen. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Now here's Murray. To the middle. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Millsap. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. He dishes it to Towns. No good that time. Good defense by Jokic. Millsap down low. Jang defending. Jokic kicks to Murray. Richardson against Butler. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And he can't get the first one. Minnesota making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And he's good on the second. Minnesota leading by 3. Jones kicks to Butler. Here's Towns. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, you watch Karl Anthony Towns, and he just epitomizes the future of the NBA big man. Extremely versatile, gets it done inside and outside at both ends of the floor, and has a fluidity to his game that belies his size.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. And with Towns and him being the future of the NBA big men, the numbers he's put up at a young age are staggering. Clark just looks like a guard out there sometimes.
Well, there's a good reason for that, Kevin. You know, Towns actually played guard before a big growth spurt. I think that clearly helped with his skills, and that's why he's so comfortable creating. It's a perfect situation for a guy like him to revolutionize what a low block player can do.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Towns the screen. Wiggins outside. Back to Jones. Towns kicks to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Jones, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Denver's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And that's just a risky play. To make a heave like that, not worth it.
Here's Jones. Wiggins outside. The feed to Butler. Towns a screen on Richardson. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got the lead up to 5 now for Minnesota.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stopped a sure thing slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
Throw good, Paul George.
One of the things you like about Paul George is that he's really elevated his game each year he's been in the league. He's a go-to scorer. He's an outstanding defender. And he's excellent now as the leader of the team, really growing into that leadership role.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Timberwolves leading by 3. Outside, Jones. Butler against Richardson. Butler dishes to Towns. Clock at 6. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist in this one.
Big bucket for him there. Towns happy to put the team on his broad back when he's needed most.
Now, here's George. And George with the stuff.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Screen by Jones. Here's Butler. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good Butler.
And Butler emerging as a leader both on and off the floor, a player who plays with great passion and goes all out for his team all the time.
So he gets them both.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
Now, here is George. Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, nice unselfishness by George, zipping the ball to one of his guys as soon as he sees him open to get the shot off.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Towns the screen. Feeds to Butler. Over Richardson. Butler kicks to Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Nuggets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Murray the pass to George. 1:30 left in the game. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
He kicks it to Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
Millsap going for the W. He's looking focused.
1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Now Jones. Higgins outside, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Pass to Jokic. Millsap a screen. Shot off the pick. Jokic, no good.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Jones dishes to Towns. Yes!
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over, turned up.
Now, here's George. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 1. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Towns kicks to Jones. Here's Butler. It's in!
And when things are tight, Butler just seems to step his game up. Tremendous score here in the clutch.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 1. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Millsap kicks to Jokic. Over Towns. Buries it.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
And stolen by Richardson. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. How does a win like this keep you guys going forward?
Gives us confidence. It's always good to get a win, but it definitely gives us confidence and keep us wanting to work even harder because this one almost slipped away from us.
Yeah, great effort tonight by the team and by you, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
These footprints, they don't look very human-like. Now I wish that I could find my clothes.